My name is Tamer, and I'm here happy to present to you guys how to do the flight weight pattern. And why it's called the flight weight pattern is because we want to make sure that we don't make each object, say a cube and its material color, super heavy on the memory. Because usually when we have a lot of objects and we have a lot of materials for each object and we have a color for each material and then for each object, usually if we want to set and change those colors through our code, what we're usually doing is we're creating a copy of that material for each individual object. And say that we have 1,000 to 2,000 to 5,000 or even more objects, we would have to create 5,000 or more copies for each individual object. So I'm going to show you a way to better utilize your memory and get around that by not having to create a copy of each individual object by using the flyaway pattern. Okay, guys? So how we're going to start this tutorial off is by first make sure you create a project called the flyaway pattern or whatever you like and save it to a folder. Make sure it's a 3D game. Once you create that, open up your 3D object and then select cube. So now you have a cube, and we're going to go ahead and right click at the bottom here and create, and then you're going to go down here and select material. Go ahead and change this color to blue or whatever color that you like. I'm going to go ahead and just make it red. Okay, now you have a cube. Later we'll come back here and make a lot more objects, but for now, let's focus on the script. And to make a script in Unity, all you got to do is come down here to assets and right click, hit create, and then click C# script. And what we're going to name this specific file would just be color changer. Okay, now open up, and to open up the script is all you got to do is hit double click it, and we're going to go ahead and just quickly delete the start method because we won't need that in here. We're going to initialize an object for each cube. We're going to call it rendered object. We're going to go down here and make a awake method. We're going to go ahead and reference the object, and then we're going to say get component rendered and then we'll go and update, reference our object, material, and this is a way that you shouldn't do it because it will create a copy of each individual object. So we would come here and we're going to create a function down below this called random color set material to get random color. Okay. And then below the update function, you're going to create a function that generates a random color. So we're going to go ahead and call this one get random color. Okay. I'm going to return new color, random range 0f to 1f. And don't forget to do this 3 times for R, G, and B. So random, okay, you know what? I am just going to copy and paste this. Time's sake. Okay. Okay, cool. Semicolon at the end. So what this function is doing is we did 3 random ranges because R, G, and B. You want to create a range for each one. So this is the way you would usually go around just trying to set the material for a lot of different objects. Is you'd reference the object, you then would put the script inside each individual cube, and this script would generate a random color for each cube. But what it's really happening in the background, it's creating a copy of each one, which is really inefficient. So we're gonna go ahead and come here. Oh, we have an error. The type or namespace called rendered cannot be found. So let's go ahead and jump back into our rendered change object rendered 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 rendered. Huh, interesting. Oh, this is interesting, huh? So 713, the name it cannot be found. I'm missing the name. Hmm. Rendered odd. So it's saying 13, 13, 7. Oh, so instead of rendered, my bad. You're supposed to say renderer. Okay. Totally, totally forgot it was called that. Okay, renderer. Okay, it should work now. Okay, nice. So now the cube would not generate a random color until we drag the script on top of it. So now if we play, it should generate a random color. Okay? We're gonna just move the camera down for next time when we run this so we can better see. Okay, cool. Now, since we're gonna be dealing with a lot of cubes, let's go ahead and now copy and paste all the cubes since each one now will have the script. So go ahead and drag this one this way and just keep copying and pasting and just make a whole bunch of cubes for now. Wherever you like. I'm gonna do it this way, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab all these and create a copy of all these for time's sake. You grab all these and then create a copy of all these, and then go ahead, copy all that, and then make a copy of all this. We're gonna kind of go ahead and just make something kind of that looks like a Rubik's Cube. So, like that. So now when we play this, if my camera can capture all of those cubes, they should all change colors like this. Okay, and this is the inefficient way to do it because each object has a copy of its own material on top of his original material, which just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so how we would fix this is instead, let's dive back into the script. Instead, how we would fix this, instead in the update, you wouldn't want to say rendered material color and just grab the color or whatever you want to do with the material. You wouldn't want to just right away reference the material. Instead, we're going to use a property block to do that. So up here in the awake, what we're going to want to do is make a variable called prop block equals new property block. And below the randomized color, you're going to call a private, you're going to initialize a private material property block called prop block. Okay. We're just going to move the update function down here just for easier understanding of everything. And then we're going to go ahead and delete this because that's not efficient enough to hang with us, you know? Property block, prop block. I'm gonna say prop block, set color, quotations underscore color, comma get random color. Rendered object set property block prop block. Okay. Now, main difference is instead of just saying rendered object dot material dot color, then just grabbing any color, anything that you want. Instead, now we're creating a block, which Unity actually has a pre-made class called material property blocks that lets us do this, and we can set the block of materials on top of the object. So the objects will be sharing this instead of having to go individually into each object and creating a copy. It'll be sharing this block. And what we're doing is we're getting the property block, and then here we're saying property block. We're getting a color for the property block. Then we're setting the object with the property block. Okay, and this is a lot more efficient than doing it the other way because this does not create a copy of it. Okay, again, what we're doing is, as you can see, the property block is referencing the class that we made, and we're calling the variable prep block. Now the block will be anything that you would want it. So for this specific video, we just made it color, but this could do you could do a whole bunch of different things with the prop block. You could do buffer size. You could do a whole bunch of different things. But for this one, we're going to do color. So for the rendered object, we're just saying get the prop block. In the prop block, we're putting the color in the prop block, and down here we're putting the prop block into the rendered object. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start this file. Material. Okay, I forgot the T at the end of property, so this should work now. Property. Huh. Did not property cannot be found. 12. Oh yeah, don't forget the material property block up here. I totally forgot. My bad. Okay, it should work okay now. So now if you run it, everything should work the same, but your memory is being utilized a lot more better. And instead of having to create a copy of each one, now it's sharing the property block between all of the components, making your code a lot more efficient and awesome. So I hope you guys learned a lot today, and I hope all of you guys continue on your journey through programming successfully and enjoy your journey. Dive deep into these designs because, me and my classmates are going to be able to present you guys with a whole bunch of new ideas. And if you could utilize all of these ideas, it would be really awesome. And it's a really cool thing to learn. So this is really fun. This is really cool. And I hope everybody has a great night. I'll see you guys later. Have a great one.